Yes. Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes.
It's clear and screen is visible, sir.
Fine, thank you. Fine. So in the yesterday we had a introductory session on Python, right? A demo session on this Python. Just we have a quick review what we have discussed in the yesterday session. So why Python? Already we have got many programming languages, right? So Python I am defining in 5 lines. The general purpose programming, any kind of applications we can develop, right? It's not like a purpose-based language. Multi-programming features we see in Python. What all the features we see in different other programming languages, all the features we see in Python, because of which we call Python as a hybrid language. The high-level language, easily understandable, it's portable, and machine independent, can run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. Interpreted language, line by line execution we see in Python. User friendly programming or programmer friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements, right? Yes, I was just discussing this, right? There are two types of languages, low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages like assembly level or machine level, they're not understandable, they are not human understandable, they are not portable, they cannot be carried, and machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. High level languages like Python, human understandable, they are portable, machine independent, can run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. Just now I was briefing you, right? Python has got multi-programming features. What all the programming features we got, right? So what features Python has got? Python has got a procedural-oriented programming features like C language, object-oriented programming features like C++, Java, scripting features like shell script, and modular programming, correct? Modular thing. Because this multi-programming, because it is hybrid language, so any kind of applications can be developed today by using Python. And the Python is the mostly used or mostly chosen programming for implementing different domains of different high-end technologies. And here we can write many automation scripts using Python. And one one more time, once again I repeat. So here for learning Python, I said there is no prerequisites, right? Anybody can update with zero programming knowledge. So it doesn't mean that you need to have the knowledge about all these C, C++, all this Java to understand Python. As part of our course, we'll be discussing procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting, and model programming with Python. So just like the other programming languages, we have got the features I'm saying here. So because of this modular programming, Python has got a great boom because 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for different environments. Whatever environment or domain you are from, Python has got modules. You're from data science background, separate modules that's providing like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, your Matplotlib. For big data also it is providing more separate like PySpark for networking, for testing, for operating systems. The name of the module itself is OS. For every database, a module it is providing. Python, if it wants to connect with Oracle, CX underscore Oracle module is required. For MySQL, PyMySQL module is required. For SQL Server, PyODBC is required. And if you are working with any types of files like Excel files, write a Python code to create an Excel workbook, Excel file. We have got separate modules for handling these Excel files, separate module for CSV files, XML files, JSON files, PDF files, right? By writing Python code only, creating these PDF files. Yes. And for mathematical operations, for statistical operations, and for graph, for any types of graphs, right? So Python has what modules? Thousands of modules, inbuilt modules, 89,300 as part of the course. Okay, I'll also say how to create our own modules. Any for performing any task. Very simple, right? For example, a module. How simple, right? I the square root of a number. Import what is called math. Okay. Within the math module, there is a built-in function called square root. You want let's use the there is a typo in that math. Import math and within the math module, square root square root of 16. Correct. Just import which module. That module built-in functions are available. Just which function you want that you can create of 16. In this way, right? Thousands of modules Python is providing for different things. We don't need to write huge codings directly. It has got many built-in functions. Using that function, you can perform that operation. And I was saying, what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? Mostly used in creation of web applications. Lot of web applications are developed today by using Python. It has got a framework called Django framework. Using this Django framework, at a rapid speed, you can develop a web application that's got its own database, that's got its own server, application server. So all that, what all that .py files, Python files required for your project, everything will be generated by this framework. So with very less coding, with and also like with flexible features, this framework developing any web application at a rapid speed. Automation applications using technologies like data science, IoT or DevOps, right? So for the implementation for of this data science, ML, DL, so we require a language to code like Python is the mostly chosen, mostly used to programming for implementing this ML, DL algorithms, right? And even in IoT, writing automation scripts using Python, and even in DevOps, right? Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries, right? And even for big data, right? For huge data. Today we see like huge data is getting generated for storing or processing that huge data in quick time. So we have got a Spark, right? Spark implemented using Python language, we call like PySpark, very high speed processing technology, right? And for GUI or animations, graphical user interface or for animation, Python providing models like pkinter, pyqt, right? For scientific applications, Python providing CP. CP means scientific Python. For numerical analysis, we have got NumPy, Python providing numerical Python. Yes. And today, like mostly used in Python, mostly used in game development. Lot of games are developed by using Python. Like there is separate frameworks Python is providing like Pygame, PyCora for developing games in Python, and PySci for 3D rendering libraries for 3D games. And for scheduling tasks, right? We have got Airflow, and for software development. So most of the software developers make use of Python, right? As a support language. For business applications, Python is one of the best choice in developing e-commerce websites. Database application where Python can connect with any database. Without database, there is no web application, right? Everything will be stored within the database where Python can connect it in a simple way, right? No need of all the drivers informations, all this directly for every database, a module. For which database, which module to be used, then directly we can connect and perform that operations. Networking applications or network programming, right? We have got a separate framework Python providing like twisted Python for testing our test cases for web scrapping inside, extracting data from different sites models like URL lib, BS4, beautiful soup for audio and video applications. Even today, like Python is used for creation of audio and video applications. Some applications which already got developed here. C play some examples of CAD, 3D CAD applications, made applications like Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for computation, for data analysis, for robotics, and for desktop applications. Lot of desktop applications are developed today by using Python, even user console applications. Just I was briefing you about who are using Python today. Top companies using Python and topmost applications using Python means Google using Python for its web search system, YouTube using Python for its video sharing service, Uber pricing algorithm. Uber pricing algorithm is implemented using Python and ML. Yahoo using Python. Instagram built using Python. The reason for Instagram choosing Python practicality and hybrid features. Pinterest, they are built using Python. Dropbox, the popular OTT platform Netflix using Python for security, automation, and subscription related things, right? MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. iRobot for commercial operations, right? And for hardware testing companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for hardware testing first. And what are the Python was introduced more than 30 years ago in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great the reasons which makes it super popular means very less code you see in Python, not even one-fourth code as compared with other programming. In today's session, I'll be briefing you about that coding wise, how simple the Python statements look as compared with other programming. I'll take a task and I'll try to implement simple syntaxes. They look like normal English statements. Interactive mode is one of the important feature of Python, which you won't see in other programming. For every statement you type, Python gives response. You'll get response for every statement. Multi-programming features you see, right? And just now I discussed about different types of applications. Python is a general purpose, any kind of applications can be developed. Many built-in modules, many built-in modules libraries, right? 89,300 modules for different domains. Right. So people who are from non-programming or zero programming, the others, right? Just observe this coding wise, how this Python statements. I'll take a task. I'll implement the task in multiple programming languages. I'll show you how the coding goes in other programming and in Python, right? Can just compare it complexity wise, length wise, coding wise, right? Yes. Um, Python, Python. Please confirm whether my voice is clear.
Yes, you are clear. Your voice is also clear.
So I'm taking a task and I'll implement the task in multiple programming languages. Multiple programming means major programming languages which are used in the industry currently, Java, Python, right? Accepting the user feedback. Addition. If I want to perform addition by taking two values from the keyboard, you need to enter the values of those. So first I'll write using Java, later I'll write in Python. Let's compare the coding of both using Java. So if you've got knowledge of the following code, so first between keyboard.start right. Java.io colon in Java. Next, yes, and okay, wide box rows IOX. Input frame reader. ASR equal to new input reader. System name for reader. CF equal to new buffered reader. First, you can use command classes. Yes. System.out.println, right? System.out.println. Enter the first number. Enter the first number, right? Whatever number you are by default taken as a string format, string s1 equal to br dot read line. So convert that to integer to perform addition using a method called integer dot parseInt of which string s1 string. And next I'll copy these three lines for second number also, right? Yes, copy this. Enter the second number, enter second number, string s2 b dot read line int j integer dot parseInt of say system dot out dot println system dot out dot println a plus j. Yeah, close this, right? Yes, this is the coding in Java. Just I'll take a minute in showing the execution in both Java and Python. Can just compare the coding wise how simple the Python statements, right? Now just I'm copying it to a separate notepad. I'll create a separate folder for this batch. So I'm pasting here. Every statement ends with semicolon. Every statement ends should end with semicolon. See that any semicolon is missing at the end of the line. Okay, here. Yes. Save it. I'll create a separate folder in the C drive. The C drive, a separate folder, new folder as of now, like Python. Okay. Within this, I'll save this. Within the Python 8 AM batch, I will save it, right? what sample dot sample dot Java. I'll just take a minute. Okay. At the bottom search panel type cmd, say enter, go to this command prompt and just come out of this existing path, change your directory cd to Python 8 a.m. batch. Now if Java C sample dot Java, if any errors, it will display the errors. If no errors, you can execute the code. Here string we have taken, S should be in uppercase. S should be in uppercase. That's the only thing. Yes, string has to be in uppercase. Here also S has to be in uppercase. Save it. Again, recompile it. Up arrow, we can use that up arrow for the previously time. Java C sample. Now no errors. Now say Java sample is asking enter the first number, then enter number 20. Sum is what? 1 second, sorry. This 1 plus j is given, right? X plus, sorry, I plus j. So here I plus j, instead of I given 1, right? Small mistake here, I plus j. It's not 1 plus j, I plus j. Check it. Yes. Java sample, compile it, execute it, and second number 20, 30 is the output, 10 plus 20. So this is the code in Java, right? I don't know like how many of you understood this code. Means you need to have some basic knowledge of programming. So what is class? What is public static void main? What is IO exception? What is args? What is input stream reader? What is buffer reader? Or if you write by using scanner classes, what is read line? What is parseint? So you see many complex words in this, right? You see many complex words. And other two, this code, you can see nearly like 10 to 12 lines of code you can see in this. It looks a little complex to understand for a programmer, for a new person, right? But the same code, the same task I'll try to implement in Python. The same task I'll try to implement in Python, not more than 3 lines. And that too, you won't see any complex word in that. Everyone will be able to understand, looks like normal English statements. Just I'll open Python shell directly, I'll type in that. Yes, within the Python shell directly, I will type it. This is the Python shell. Yes. File, new file, I'll say. Now directly see the coding of Python. What is my task? Taking two numbers and perform addition of the two numbers. That to take the numbers from the keyboard. So X is one number, Y is one number. Two numbers I need to take. So for that, we have got input function for inputting the value for X. Enter value of X. Input, enter value of Y. Input, enter value of Y. Value of X, value of Y, right? Yes, print X plus Y. That's it. This is the coding in Python for the same task what we see in Java, right? I said not even 1/4 coding. So here what you are performing, everyone are able to understand, right? First line, enter inputting the value of X. Whatever value you are entering for X will be taken by X, inputting the value of Y. And just say print X plus Y. That's it. You won't see all the complex words or statements. And here also in Python, just like Java, whatever you take from the keyboard taken as a string. So later we should typecast to integer by saying int of everything within the. Later I discuss about this typecasting other things. Int of. That's it. This is the coding, right? 3 lines code.
Sir, we don't need to add import. And the second question is the input or these things cases.
See, Python, Java and Python both are case sensitive. Uppercase, lower cases are taken differently. Case sensitive they are. Okay. Now save file, save. I'm saving it within the C drive. Just now I created a folder, right? Python 8 AM batch. Test1.py extension, right? Yes. Run module. This is enter value of x10 and y20. 30. The same output, right? Same for the same task. See that how the coding of Python here, like normal English statements, right? 1 second. So just one more example I'll show you, right? Yes, one more example, the coding of Python. So for example, if I take some multiple values, in other programming we say array of numbers, but here list, right? Square bracket, some 5 values, 5 numbers. Some query asked. See here, okay, Python is an interpretation language. Python is an interpretation language, right? So you will write the code here, whatever code you want to write. And here there will be option called run. Here run option there. Run it. Run it. Enter value of Python. I'll show you this how to download this Python, how to install this Python, how to run the code, different ways of execution, different modes of execution, right? All step by step, everything I'll be showing you, right? But just today, just I'm going to show you comparison of Python with other programming like Java. These are the two major programming languages used for enterprise applications creations and the importance of modules in Python. Today, in today's session, I'll be mainly concentrating of this comparing the code, how the Python code looks and the modules of Python. Without any knowledge of Python, now I'll show you like 4 to 5 examples Python codings. All the 4 to 5 Python codings, whatever I'll show, 100% you will understand without any knowledge of Python. They look like normal English statements. And also the importance of modules. 89,000 modules are there. Just I'll give you some couple of examples, the importance of modules and how Python has got boom because of that modules. I'll show you some examples. You can understand it before we go with the installations, other things, right? Fine. For example, I'll take some values. Just observe this coding. Taking some numbers 30, 10, 40, 30, 50. Print prints them as it is. Print the text, entire thing as it is going to print. I want to know the number of elements within within this. For example, today, like some 1,000 transactions has happened. All the 1,000 transactions you are stored in a list in the squared bracket. I want to know how many transactions happened. For example, length. There is a built-in function called len, length of x. That's it. Save it. We need to save with .py extension. Run and check. What is the length? 5. So, for example, if you want to know, for example, whatever the transactions happened, I want to know what is the total revenue generated for it. Means I want the sum of all these values, sum of all these elements, right? Programming, we write some use for loop or other loops, right? To iterate it and finally adding one by one value, performing sum, right? But directly I can say sum of which one? X. will give the sum of all these values, right? Check it. 150. I want to know the max element. In other programming, we need to compare each element. Max of x returns the max element. Min of x returns the min element. Max of x returns the max value 50. Min of x returns the min value 10. No need to write any coding, like look like normal. I want to arrange all these values in a particular order, lowest to highest. Sorted of x. So you can able to analyze it easily, right? So for example, you have got some thousands transactions from lowest to highest. You can see which is the highest value, which is the lowest value, which is the max transaction, which is the min transaction, append sorted of x. Run module. Can see everything in a ascending order, 10 to 50 in a particular order, in ascending order. Yes. So we have got functions for it. If you want in descending order, there's no separate function available. Sorted of x only. You will get in ascending again. The ascending, if you reverse it, you will get in descending, right? So reverse equal to the ascending. This is ascending. The output, you reverse it. You will get in descending. There are 5 elements already. If you want to add the 6th element, how can I add? To which list? X. What I want to append? A new element. 60. That's it. Print X, you see. 60 got added or not? At the end of that list. 60 got added. Very simple. From this X list, I want to remove an element. X dot remove 40. The 40 gets removed. 40. Okay. Here I didn't print it. After removing 40, again you need to print the text. Yes, removing 40 and print the X. Now 40 gets removed from this. So in this way, you can add a new element, you can remove, you can find the sum of all those elements, max element, min element, in sorted order, in ascending order, right? Do you see any complex word here or complex statement here for performing this task? For writing the code of Python? Just print and you want sum or you want max or min or sorted or append or remove, right? Yes. Next, 89,300 modules we have got in Python, right? Just I'll take an example of one module and I'll show you, right? The importance of module and how you can explore a module and what are the functionalities we see in a module, right? Yes. Math module, a commonly used module called math module. Okay. I want to see what is present within the math module. DIR of directory of math. Check it. First save it. File. Save. Can use .py extension. I want to see what is present in the math module. You can see now. In not only math, any other module also, right? In 89,000 modules. So this is the what is present within the math. Pi, power, radians, sine, square root, tan h. There are some variables like pi. There are some variables like e. If you want to know how to print those values, right? Can I print that? Within the math module, there is a variable pi. It prints its value. Within the math, there is a variable e. Now check it. The pi value and e value, it will be printed. 3.14 is the pi value. 2.71 is the e value. Pi value and e value both, right? Yes. Now, for example, take any functionality in this. In a module, you will see many built-in functions performing the operations. You don't know, for example, there is a square root function. You don't know how to use it, how to work with it. So just Python is going to help you, right? Just like print function, there is a help function. There is a help function in Python. What you want help on what? Within the math, there is square root. I want help on it. Hmm. It will just help you, right? Help on built-in function square root in the module math. So square root is expecting one value, provide one value x. So if you provide one value x, it is saying I'll return the square root of that x. So it is clearly saying provide one value x, return the square root of that x. Right. Ah. Yeah. In the module, what it is saying to provide one value 4. Of 4 it returns, right? What it returns? The output is 2. All this I'll be discussing in brief about the modules, but just observe this modules importance, codings of Python, right? There's one more POW is there. You don't know how to use it. Say help. Help on what? Within the math module. I want help. See what it provides. Help on built-in function POW in the module math. Power is expecting two values x comma y. It returns x to the power of y. It returns x to the power of y. So it is asking to provide two values x comma y. If you are providing two values x and y, it returns x. This is the power symbol in Python. Double star x to the power of y. Clearly it is saying here, right, in the bracket x to the power of y. It returns it. Yes. So yes, I'll come back to your query, right? Yes. What was that? Yes, Suresh M. I'll come back to your query. So just now it is asking to provide you two values within the math module POW to provide x comma y. Clearly also it is prompting provide x comma y. Instead of 3. 10 to the power of 3, right? Yes. 1000, right? So here you the query was asked, it is showing you in the float values. You're getting the output in the float value, right? 2.0. But it doesn't want that float. Here, math dot square root of 4 by default it is giving in the float. So if you want doesn't want that float, int of you say, typecast. Now you can check, you will get a 2 only, not 2.0. You will get a 2 only. Can you see only 2 now? Simple typecasting, right? So you are asked like you doesn't want 2.0. If you want to 2, just to say whatever the output you keep within the int function. So in this way, any module, thousands of modules, 89,000 modules, either for data science or databases or big data or networking testing, that module, if you want to see the directory in this way, if you want to print any variables in this way, if you want to see the help, Okay, and if you want to just print the value of it. So we'll be discussing in brief in the modular programming, right? I said as part of the course, we'll be discussing function, what is that? Procedural oriented, object oriented, this modular programming, right? During that modular programming, I'll be discussing all this. But I said Python is a language which can generate any types of graphs. Any types of graphs we can generate in a simple way. Now observe here in this code, do you see any complex word here? Math other than math, math dot square root, math dot power, math dot e, math dot pi, right? So in Python statements, that's what I was saying. Simple syntax is given by Python. Looks like normal English statements, very less code, right? Now, how simple? For example, I'll show you. Like some people ask, right? How that they are scared about this codings, right? How the codings look. There won't be any. They look like normal English statements. To just to brief you that I am taking some examples. Right. For example, generating a graph. How simple generating a graph in Python? So here for mathematical operations, you are importing math. For if you want to plot a graph for plottings, right? We need to import one more matplotlib. We need to import matplotlib. Later, I'll brief you about these things. Within that, we have got a built-in functionality. Within this matplotlib, you have got a built-in functionality pyplot. So every time I need to here after importing math, every time I need to say math dot pi, math dot is math dot square root, math dot power. Here also every time I need to use this, right? But it is very big name. Every time I cannot keep on saying this big name dot big name, right? I can use alias name or shortcut name as P I can say or PLT I can say. Any name I can use, right? So instead of this, I'm using alias name or shortcut name as PLT. For plotting a graph, there is a plot function for plotting a graph. So I'm using this PLT dot plot function. For plotting a graph, you require x coordinates and y coordinates, right? X coordinates I'm taking it as 1, 2, 3. So the x coordinate values and y coordinate values I'm taking as 5, 7, 4. So 3 x coordinate values, 3 y coordinates values. Now based on that plot a graph, I'm saying. Now that's it. That's it. Plot. Yes. So just import that module. Now plot based on these values. Show it. Run module. A graph will be generated here. Observe here. 1 x coordinate 1. What is the y value? 5. For x coordinate 2, what is the y value? 7, right? 7. For x coordinate 3, what is y value? 4, right? In this way. If you take a small task, age values are given 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Their salaries are like this. For 30 years, 30,000 is the salary. For 40 years, person, right? 40,000 is the salary. And a person with 50 years, its salary is 30. And a person with 60 years, salary is 50,000. So just I am taken some age values, taken up some salary values randomly. That's it. Plot a graph based on this age and salary. Run module. For 30, 30,000. For 40, 40,000. Here can you see? 40,000. For 50, you can see here. What is that? 35,000. For 60, 50,000. But here in the x coordinate, there is nothing. What is this 30, 40, 50, 60? I want some name to the x axis. I want some name to the y axis. What is this 30? And I want some title for this graph. Very simple generating all this, right? Yes. So PLT X label. X label means X axis label. What you want to provide? That's it. And using PLT, what is Y axis label properties, right? Y label income or salary, what? And I want some title. Title for the graph, some sample graph, right? Yes. Run module. Check this sample graph. Here, can you see that label? Sample graph is the title. Can you see for X coordinate age, Y coordinate income, right? You got a solid graph in blue color, but I doesn't want a solid graph. I want a dotted graph. I doesn't want blue color. I want some different like green color. So very simple, right? You comma at the last. At the last, I want hyphen dotted format, and also I want just check this, run it. You will get a green color now. You will get in dotted format, means in this way dotted format. You got that two in green color, right? How simple. We are not writing any complex codes here. Do you see any complex word? X-axis label, Y-axis label, title, plotting that graph based on that. And I want color as green. I want this dotted, right? Normal English statements they are. Still, I didn't discuss anything about Python basics, anything, right? Still, are you able to understand this code? Just one last example. One last example I provide. So same thing, any graph, not only, see, if you remove this plot and give BAR here, bar graph you will get. Remove this plot and give HIST, histogram you will get. If you remove this plot and if you say PIE, pie graph you will get. See, one small example I'll give you. Remove this and give PIE, pie graph will be generated. So just I'm copying this same import statement. File, new file. So I want to check how are my sales. For example, you want to analyze how are your sales. I'm taking, for example, mobile sales. Mobile, for example, mobile. You got like Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, one. So in this way, you got some phones, list of phones. The sales, for example, March sales, right? The sales of March. For Samsung, 45 sales, then 10 got sale, and this one 30 sales for this one. So now these are the names of the mobiles, the sales of that mobile. Now I want a pie graph. Just plot with, right? Instead of plot, I want a pie graph. I want PIE. That's it. You want a pie graph based on March. Here I'm giving. You want a pie graph based on March. Whatever name you have given here, March sales, the same name I'm giving. And in the output, you will get you want labels. I want same like this mobiles labels only you take. Label equal to nothing but whatever those names only you provide. Now just that's it. PLT dot show. That's it. Do you see any complex word? You will see a graph, a pie graph will be generated. Which one has got more sales? You can clearly understand here. The blue colored one, Samsung has got more sales. See this blue colored one, Samsung, 45 sales. Next, 30, OnePlus has got more sales. Next, Oppo, green color. I didn't specify any color. By default, it gives in colors. A pie graph is generated. Do you see that? Any complex word in this? Mobile names are given, the sales. And I want a pie graph, I said, based on the March sales. And the labels, mobiles only you give, the names of the mobiles only. PLT dot. It generates a pie graph, right? Simple graphs. Pie graph, normal graph. Yes. Yes. For example, even a complex graph also, even if we see a complex graph also, it looks very simple to understand in Python. A stack plot. I want a stack plot. I want to generate a stack plot now. You got 5 days of holidays. Assume you got 5 days of holidays. I want to visualize how did you spend the 5 days of your holidays based on different activities what you do. I want a stack plot to be generated, right? Yes. For that. Observe this, a graph. Import the same matplotlib.pyplot. Days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days you have got. In 5 days, what are the activities like sleeping, eating, working, playing? In day 1, you have spent 7 hours for sleeping, 2 hours for eating, 7 hours for working, 8 hours for playing. 8 plus 7, 15 plus 2, 17 plus 7, 24 hours you got. Day 2, these are the things. Day 3, 6 hours for sleeping, 4 hours for eating, 7 hours for working, 7 hours for playing. This is day 4. This is day 5. So just days and then what activities and how many hours you spend. I want a stack plot. PLT.plot means normal plot. PLT.py means pie graph. Stack plot means stack plot. You want stack plot based on days as x coordinates and all these 4 activities as y coordinates. And for these 4 activities, I want 4 colors like this. We have got some abbreviations for the colors. For 4 activities, 4 colors we can specify. X-axis label days only. Y-axis label hours. Title for the graph. Some interesting graph, right? You can check it. Run model. See, you see any complex word in this? Whatever days, activities, days and activities and colors. Label for x-axis, label for y-axis, title for the graph. You can see a graph in this way. Can you observe? X-axis label days, y-axis label hours, title you can see. Day 1 you see, first 7 hours for sleeping. 2 hours this blue color for eating, this red color for working, and this 8 hours for playing. 24 hours you got 0 to 24. Day 2, sleeping increased, eating increased, working has increased, playing decreased. So you can see a stack plot here. So even can work with any types of graphs here in Python. It looks very simple to understand. We have got inbuilt functions directly. We can use this stack plot for generating stack plot. HIST histogram for generating histogram, right? PIE for pie graph, right? So just I was showing you some sample examples. Yes. And I was just showing you, yes, some comparison within this other programming with this Python, right? So very simple code you see here, I said. So this is the Java code. And here reasons which makes it super popular, right? Okay. So yes, tomorrow I will be starting with the actual technical part. So for tomorrow, just I'll show you Python, you need to know something about PSF, Python Software Foundation, Python versions, Python installation, how to download Python, how to install Python step by step, and execution modes of Python. So from tomorrow, I will be starting it. I'll be going with that installations, execution modes, different ways how to execute this Python code. Yes. Once again, you can go to the course content, right? Yes, in deep, we'll be discussing in brief from this ground level to the advanced level, Python basics, Python operations, operators in Python. In real time, we use IDs, different IDs, right? Flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, collections in Python, Python lists, Python tuples, Python sets, Python dictionary, functions in Python, modules in Python, packages in Python, errors and exception handling, right? File handling in Python, object-oriented programming, regular expressions, database connectivity, Python data and time related OS module, advanced iterator generator, closure decorators, graphic programming, working with Excel workbook, data analytics, reduction to data science, Python pandas model in brief, NumPy numerical Python in brief, matplotlib. 30 topics in brief, it will be discussed on Python core and advanced. And people who go for Python full stack, Django framework, Python framework, Django will be discussed in brief. What is web framework, Django installation, Django applications, creations, views, templates, admin, models, advanced concept set. Nearly 15 to 20 applications you will be developing along with me parallelly in this Django apps and UI technologies, right? Like HTML in brief, CSS in brief, JavaScript in brief, and also MySQL will be discussed, right? Yeah. So the duration, right? So only for Python, we'll be discussing in brief about this Python core, Python advanced, application oriented modules. All this will be discussed in brief. So you'll get a great command by the end of this course. So this only Python, right? We'll be spending nearly 70 hours, like 2 months duration. Like it's an offer batch just for 5,000, where we deal with advanced modules like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. Apart from this, people who wants to go for full stack Python web development, right? First, you'll be given knowledge on this web development, UI technologies like HTML in brief, CSS in brief, JavaScript, part of Bootstrap. And apart from this, right, Django framework of Python, right? It's 15 to 20 applications creations, right? And REST API plus a project. So for all this web development, the Django REST API project, it takes 60 hours, 2 months. The fee for this is 7,000, right? If you are going separately, Python separately, and this. So 70 plus 60, 130 hours, people who go for full stack, 2 plus 2, it takes 4 months, and 5 plus 7, like 12K is that if you are going sub. But if you are taking the entire package, the single payment, right? It's at 10,000 is the fees, right? Entire Python package, right? And people, if who are not able to spare 4 months, right? Within 2.5 months, if you want to complete everything, right? So here Python Monday to Friday, you can attend Monday to Friday, right? And in weekends, in Saturday and Sunday, we have 2 hours and Sunday 2 hours class, 4 hours, right? On this web development Django REST API, which goes parallelly, right? Yes. Whenever you get enrolled, right, into this, you can attend any of my Python batch or any of my Django batches, right? Once you got enrolled with the full stack. So if you want to, in the weekdays, attending this, in the weekends, in the mornings, in attending this Django web development, right? Yes. And once again, I'll make it clear about this timings, right? I just reminded about the timings. So before that, okay, it is starting at 8 a.m. now, right? For the first 1 week or 10 days, it will be at 8 a.m. But after that, the batch timing starts at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 a.m. in the morning, right? So as the request made by many students, right? So they need to go to the offices or the colleges. So at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8, the class timing, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. will be the class timing after 1 week or 10 days, right? And what are the offerings? You'll be getting the session video every day, every day. Now class is completed, right? Within 1 hour time or within 1 to 2 hours, right? You will be getting the video to your Google Drive. Every day you'll be getting one video to your Google Drive. Yes.
So I have a question. Like,
Let me complete just 1 minute. So here, soft copy of the notes, classroom notes, will be provided. Assignments and tasks to work with to build some confidence, right, in the coding part. And a WhatsApp group. If you got any errors or for technical discussions, you can take the snap of those and paste in the group. Anybody can answer. I'll be answering it. So yes, these are the offerings, right? Video, soft copy of the notes, assignments, WhatsApp. Okay. Later, like resumes, interview questions, right? And this is the timings. These are the offerings, right? And someone is asking in the weekends, what will be the timings, right? Mornings it will be, right? Batches on this Django batches will be multiple Django batches will be starting in the weekends. You can work attend both parallelly if you want to. If you are otherwise after completing Python later you can start with these things if you're able to spare the time, right? So certificate will be yes, Samarth, right? Samarth Chaudhary. Certificate will be provided from the DURGASOFT. And yes, Jay Prakash Singh, right? How many hours in the weekends? Weekend, not see for Python, the Monday to Friday the classes will be. Sometimes on Saturdays, whenever I'm free, I'll be taking. Weekends is for this Django framework. Also,
Yes, sir. Django only I'm asking. Yes.
yeah, 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday, 4 hours per week.
So 4 means how many 2 month, right?
Yeah, 2 to 2.5 months it takes. Yes. Can we pay into it? So yes, Suresh, I'm right. So it is the offer. So this 2,000 discount is applied on these people who are paying at a time with single payment with the total full stack, right? Yes, if you are doing a single payment, right, there's a 2,000 discount is applied for that. But if you are taking separately, right, into, right, you need to pay 5 and 7, right, separately. Because we are providing a web development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, Django, REST API and project. So if you are taking the entire package with a single payment, this 10K. Yes. And some queries asked, offline classes available or only online class? See, offline class, this so totally it's an online class. It is an online class, right? But you will get the total offline experience, right? Whatever we write on the board, I'm writing here, right? You can see able to see whatever I'm write, whatever I draw, everything, right? Only thing is you cannot see my face. Everything will be clear. Offline, it's an online batch, right, Anusha? It's only an online batch. So it's a live interactive sessions, right? Any query you got, you can type in the chat or you can unmute yourself. You can ask through voice. Directly, you can ask that queries, right? During the sessions. One, if you are not understood or if you want one more example Anything you can ask during the session. Do you have any class? Right, Ram, right? Yes. Okay, 7 a.m. is the timing for now. 7 a.m. will be the, okay, most of the students requesting for 7 a.m. only. Yes. Yes. And if anyone unable to attend at 8 a.m., if anyone unable to attend at 8 a.m., right? There's one more batch I'm started. There is a new batch starting. Yesterday in the evening, there was introductory session, right? At 7 p.m. in the evening. 7 p.m. in the evening, right? There is one more introductory. Yesterday, just introductory class. Today, it will be going, right? There is a one more class at 7 p.m. in the evening. You can attend that if unable to attend at 8 a.m. anyone. So that 7 p.m. batch, right? That also for the first 1 week or 10 days, it will be at 7 p.m. Later, it will be at 9 p.m., right? Okay. If anyone able to attend today's session at 7 p.m., you can attend. There's one more batch of Python, right? Yes. Yeah. Tomorrow,
Sir, one request.
one
Like,
second, just
okay.
1 second, right? And tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same time tomorrow at 8 a.m. using the same link to see more on this. Tomorrow I'll be going with the Python technicals basics, right? Installations, execution modes, and downloading all these things, right? Yes. And do you, someone was asking a query, right? Yes.
Yes. So actually, what I observe, DurgaSoft sometimes
Mm.
means missing to send the, let's say, you are changing that or maybe 15 day, 1 week, this link to join the video, this session.
1 second, right? 1 second. 8 a.m. for 1 week or 10 days, you will be at 8 a.m., right? And once it we went go to 7 a.m., right? The 7 a.m. to up to the serial once up to the end of the course. The same timing, 7 a.m. only will be followed up to the end of the course, and the same link will be followed up to the end of.
See, why I'm asking, actually, already I joined one DevOps batch here. DurgaSoft one day,
See,
sending the missing to send the either
see,
me or some other guy.
let me complete, right? So that's what, right? I don't know about the other technologies, right? So I myself directly having interaction with the students, right? In through WhatsApp here. There is
That's
a
one
what
thing. Okay, please
there is
follow
a
up.
there is a WhatsApp group. Once up to the payment only, the DurgaSoft will take care. Later, everything up to the end of the course, you will be interacting with me, right? About the timings, about the course, about the doubts, everything. There is separate WhatsApp group where you will have interaction. That is created by me, not by the DurgaSoft, right? So people facing any problem, any errors or anything directly will have. So they will be the DurgaSoft, the people, right? Office team, they'll be busy calling many batches, many technologies. 50 technologies are there, they'll be calling, they might be busy. But you can ping me in the WhatsApp, right? If you got any query, right?
Oh.
Fine. That's what, right? To our students, if you got anything, right?
And this recording, the lifetime access, I only have some duration, 1 month, 2 months.
So
Like.
these videos, whatever the videos, right? In DurgaSoft, any technology, right? Any technology, they provide a video for 6 months. It will be having access. Later, if you want to extend, you need to talk to them and you need to discuss about it, right? To extend. Right? But as of now, with this same fee, it's a free videos will be provided for 6 months duration, right? Meanwhile, you can just prepare and do all those if you are preparing notes for that. Okay. So this is the entire structure of this, right? The I'm saying like we'll be discussing in brief. Totally 130 hours for the total full stack, 70 hours for Python in brief, with some advanced modules we are going to cover. And okay,
So
fine.
at
Any
the
other?
last
Yes.
you have mentioned,
What is that?
at the
Pardon?
last you have mentioned the project. So is it like any real-time mini project based on the REST API and Django
Yes,
framework?
exactly.
Okay.
That's what I am specifying, right? A project will be there, right?
Okay.
Then, and here already I am saying 15 to 20 applications you will be developing. It's a hands-on batch. You're not watching the sessions, right? You will be doing parallel along with me with these 20 applications, right? So here I was showing you yesterday also I was showing you, right? the previous Django batches.
Yes.
Yeah, one sec. Applications creations, with that you will get a great command what you are performing and what is the output you are going to get. Django apps creations, right? My project 1, my project 2, 3, 4, right? In this way, more than 15 to 20 people, any Django batch, right? We will be
Okay.
discussing those applications. So yes, for this Django applications, hands-on, right? So even we'll be spending some extra time, right, for that. You want, as we are going with hands-on. Okay. So and
Okay. Thank you.
people who go for certification in Python also, right? There are certifications available for Python. So for that, what is the course content? What is the means? What are the topics? Means they'll be testing with the core concepts, not with the advanced concepts. What are the syllabus for that, and how your performance is measured, and how are the queries asked in that everything. I'll be taking some separate session for those. Okay, fine. And all the sessions are interactive sessions. For every statement I type, you people will be responding with the answer, right? What will be the output for that? Means Python is an interpretation, line by line execution. For every line I type, you people will be responding for that. What will be the output of it? Okay, that is what developing the code. Okay, fine. So if I'm done with the queries, if there are no other queries, I will sign off for now, right? So meet you tomorrow with same time at 8 o'clock with the same link tomorrow. Yes, fine. So thank you all for your time. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.